You need cooling, baby, I'm not fooling.
Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. I'm your host, Jason. Your other better host is Tim.
Dun, 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 dun.
And your bestest host is Bill.
Close with the least.
And we're talking Led Zeppelin. This is a revisit for myself. Go check out the Led Zeppelin 1 video to get our history, to get our whole spiel. You know, we're a playlist link channel. Just click this playlist. Click the one that says Led Zeppelin and rock and roll. We're jumping right into Led Zeppelin 2. Oh, we showing vinyl?
Oh yeah.
I got two.
Yeah,
of
you got
these.
2 copies, I know. I mean I could pull out the CD, I guess. I got it there too. This was a hand-me-down though. I got to thank my mom for this record. This was in her collection that she abandoned at some point in the 90s.
I mean, this was my dad's.
Yeah.
Or it might have been my mom's.
And I mean, my mom's into like bluesy stuff, you know? She likes Eric Clapton and Robert Cray and stuff like that, right? So this album makes total sense in her collection.
We could do that for the show. We could do like giveaways. Win a copy of Led Zeppelin 2, blah, blah, blah. Or depending on what Bill says, I could send it to Bill, depending on what he says about this record.
Because I do want to say, before we even talk about the album proper and moving forward, digital does not do Led Zeppelin justice.
No.
The remasters don't do Zeppelin justice. So even new vinyl prints, like, no, you're much better off paying $5 for a crappy copy of this that was actually printed in the 70s.
And turn that motherfucker up loud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But for all of these, I've been lucky enough. I'm only missing one vinyl. In general, I might be missing 2 or 3 for this series, but that's a whole nother story. But all of these are prints from the 70s. And yeah, they are the definition of vinyl warmth and what people are actually looking for. Yeah, I mean, I've heard a couple of reissues, and they're great. They're crisp, they're clean, and you get that analog warmth, but an actual analog pressing is well worth no matter what condition it's in.
Yeah. Scratches and pops and hisses all. I mean, that's just part of it.
Kind of helps sometimes, yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to jump right into this thing because, like, we're starting with Whole Lotta Love. Does anybody not know that song? Does anybody not love that song? Exactly. It's one of the greatest rock and roll songs of all time. And it's followed by what should never be, which classic. Yeah, that's a banger. That's just a ripping song. And then that's going to take us to the Lemon song. My notes are right here. The Lemon song. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit on the previous album. I'm sure we'll talk about it more in the upcoming albums. But anytime Zeppelin ventures into the blues, and of course here we're dealing with Albert King's The Hunter. Everybody should check that song out. That's in your DNA, even if you don't know it. So you might as well know it, right? Yeah, Lemon Song's a classic. And then that's followed by Thank You. And I don't know if you guys know, but Thank You is a classic song. That song just rips. And then, moving on to the B-side. Heartbreaker, top song contender. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that you cannot play Heartbreaker if you don't play Live and Love and Made. Those two together is top tier, perfect rock and roll. Turn it up loud. And then you get to Ramble On, which is, again, not only one of the greatest rock songs of the 70s, it's one of the greatest songs in Led Zeppelin's catalog. It's one of the greatest rock and roll songs of all time. And then, okay, so, if you're a fan of this channel, you've been hopefully following along with our Sabbath Sundays. This is going to be a great compendium here. Because next is Moby Dick. And I mentioned it way back when we did Paranoid by Black Sabbath. But there's verses for you. Moby Dick versus Rat Salad. Both have amazing riffs. Both have amazing drum solos. Both are placed at the same place on the album. And much like Paranoid, leading into Fairies Wear Boots of all things. Well, this one's going to bring it all home, which is exactly what it does. Like, it just wraps this album up beautifully. This album is start to finish. You're not going to skip it. You're not going to not love it. You can't fuck with Zeppelin 2.
I'll follow that up. All right, Whole Lot of Love. It's cheap. It's derivative. It's repetitive. No.
Yeah, it's so good.
Talk about opening tracks. You can't fuck with Whole Lot of Love. Top song right here. What Is. Then you get What Is as track 2. Top song. Then you get the Lemon Song. The guitar solo alone. Top song. Thank You. The lyrics. The dual vocals on the Little Drops of Rain segment. The drum fills. Plants vocals. Sorry Not Sorry. Stairway to Heaven Got Nothing on Thank You. Fucking top song. Heartbreaker, iconic riff after iconic riff. But go back and try your hardest to ignore the guitar and just listen to the bass on fucking Heartbreaker, especially the verses. Fucking top song. Livin' Lovin' Made, speaking of iconic, then this album gives you Livin' Lovin'. Top song. Ramble On, the low quiet start into the explosive Ramble On, the start-stop riff, perfection, top song. Moby Dick. I'm glad we're revisiting Led Zeppelin just so I can hear Tim talk about Moby Dick. Joe wasn't a fan, but come on the fuck on in 1967. 1969.
Yeah, I mean, as a drummer, I'm always here for when one of the greatest drum players of the 20th century lays down a solo in the studio. There are multiple live versions where he even ditches the sticks. He's playing it with his hands.
Or 2 sticks in each hand.
Which, old mallet style. John Bonham's bass drum is iconic. And you get into any conversation, we can get into a conversation about John Bonham's right foot. And here I am, a drummer going, yeah, but there's also his left foot. I love his hi-hat work, not only throughout this album, but throughout his career. We'll get to Fool in the Rain.
I remember though when we did this, Ed and I were screaming at Joe, "What are you talking about? It's fucking Moby Dick," and he just wasn't getting it.
He's not listening to it loud enough. If there's something
fair.
on here you don't get, turn it up.
Then you get Bring It On Home. It's the harmonica alone sells it, but when it gets going, it doesn't fucking stop. If I had to nitpick and choose my lowest point on this album, it would be Bring It On Home. But that low point is higher than most bands' entire discographies, and it works really well for a closer.
And if it's the last track, yeah.
It always reminds. Every time I watch Roseanne, you remember that old show Roseanne?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it
a pretty
reminds
good
me of
show,
Bring It On
actually.
Home. I know. I'm watching the Connors now. They're in their final season.
I still haven't seen that one.
It's good. It's good.
Nostalgia is a hell of a drug, and I just don't want to take it.
They do a good job with the Connors.
Okay. I don't think there's enough ambient for me to watch it.
Well, you need to watch it then. I'm telling you, you need to watch it. It ain't called.
Okay, I'll put it
It's
on
called
the
the
list.
Connors for a reason.
Sure. No, I kind of know what's going on.
Yeah.
John,
Yeah.
long live John Goodman.
Yeah. John Goodman's the shit. Well, Bill, Zeppelin 2. Hated
Did we miss
it.
anything?
Whole lot of love sucks, is overplayed. What it is and should never be. This just kind of no. So, anyways, whole lot of love. That intro is how you start an album. 100%. I mean, they did even better than Zeppelin 1. The bridge helped bring it all together, and I thought the instruments were very good on that one. What is and should never be. That was a nice slow-paced song, following it up. Brings sort of a mellower edge to the guitar really happening. And the guitar helped liven it up though with it. There was a mellower edge with the vocals, and the guitar livened it up. There we go. That's what my words were saying.
Words.
Lemon Song, I thought had great guitar work, but the bass was even better than the guitar on that one. Thank You. The ending and the instruments throughout were absolutely gorgeous. Heartbreaker, I thought it was the best guitar solo on the album. The solo, then the singing picked the energy up off it and just made it an even better song. And then you get Living, Love, and Made. And that just picks up where Heartbreaker left off and rocks it out of the park. Ramble On.
Ramble On.
Classic
and
has a
gets
spot.
to ramble on. I know.
Classic
right?
has a spot
It's
in my
almost
playlist.
unfair.
It should have a spot in everyone's playlist. Moby Dick. I mean, this was. I don't even want to say it's a dip, but it's like we're escalating. Maybe plateau at Moby Dick.
It's a change. It's a pace change for sure.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. It's a pace change.
like it's not bad. It's like, oh, we're going. It's like, okay, but like,
I mean, you need that.
Now
though.
what?
You need that, like, just chill, just listen to Bonham.
Go back to
like,
Rat Salad too. I mean, is anybody gonna say that's? I mean, I guess that's the low point on Paranoid.
What year was Paranoid?
70.
So that we could do an album wars because they're not in the same decade. We could do fucking Zeppelin 2 versus Paranoid.
I mean, their
We'll get there.
color code will tell all.
so then we get finally with Bring It Home.
And I'm gonna put that puts Thank You up against Iron Man.
We'll get there, Tim. We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll do it. Production notes. Write it down so we don't drunkenly forget.
I'm just trying to think through like how it would go.
No, don't.
I mean, it's Whole Lot of Love
Right,
against
yeah,
War
no, let's do
Pigs
this
too.
Bring it on home, Bill. Bring it on home.
I'm bringing it home. Bringing it home. I knew the blues was coming. I mean, it happened at the end. Honest question: is this a cover?
So that's where you start getting into Zeppelin copyright lawsuits and whatnot. According to the album, no, it's not.
Okay.
That's a Page Plant composition.
That's what I was saying in
Gotcha.
the last video. Is they take it and they just kind of transcend it into
was
something
still,
else.
It was still Zeppelin,
I
but like
will point out-
something about it, like I felt like I'd heard it somewhere before in like a slower, older type beat. Like that's the only reason I'm asking.
Yeah, that does
And I'm gonna
exist.
throw out that Elvis wasn't the first person to do blue suede shoes.
You just
That's
made it
just kind
popular.
of how the blues goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that absolutely makes sense. That being said,
Yeah, that's a
uh,
page plant. That's a page plant.
I mean, it. That being said, all those things, all questions, I was just curious on. Like, it was a solid closer. I don't know if it's as good of a closer as Zeppelin one, but it was still a good closer.
All right. Well, who gets to guess first, Bill, since this is technically your pick?
Let me look through here.
Trey will not be guessing. So what happened was Trey's name got left over from the sheet when I copy pasted it. So I pinged Trey in the Discord and said, "Hey, you're a part of Led Zeppelin now." And he gave me his ranking, so we're just going to keep him here and we're going to rank his stuff with us.
Shout out Trey for getting back
Yep.
to us.
That's just
beautiful.
one of the benefits
Love
of being a Patreon member. You just get added to shows randomly.
Let's have Tim go first. Then I think I get stuck with the hard ones. I
He's
think.
lying. He's lying. He's setting me up, Tim. But all right, go ahead and guess, Tim.
I'm giving you Zeppelin 4.
Yeah,
That's
he
a
thinks
hard
that's going to
one.
be an easy one.
Right. Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
I gave
so
myself
I
physical
think-
graffiti, so.
So I think Trey's going to have 2 over 1.
You are correct.
All right. I think Jason's going to have 2 over 1.
You are correct.
I think Tim's going to have 2 over 1.
Wrong.
Yeah, no, I'm correct. And Bill, you're
Hi.
going to have 2 over 1, correct?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Tim had the dot, so Bill's got it.
Trey doesn't have nothing.
Trey doesn't get to guess. He's here in spirit. Okay. The dots are set. All right. Stick around. Zeppelin 3 is next. Might have a hot take. Might have a hot take on Zeppelin 3. We'll see. As always, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Be safe. And what, Tim?
I mean, if you're not listening to Led Zeppelin, what are you doing with your life?
You're not making
Listening
good
to Black
decisions.
Sabbath.
With a purple umbrella in a 50-cent hand.
And then you go a little woo, and then a little whoop, 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 and then it's all, and then you're ready to go again. Yo,
Be
come
safe.
back now, you hear?